Hello, everybody. Today we watched the newest Gareth Edwards film, the director of such hits as Rogue One: A Star Wars Story and Godzilla 2014.
Yep.
This one was The Creator, starring Denzel Washington's son from Tenet. So, Aiden, what was the plot of The Creator?
The Creator is after a nuclear apocalypse that is blamed on AI. AI is outlawed and hunted and forms its own country in New Asia. And the AI are fighting a counteroffensive against the US, who's trying to stomp out all AI life. And the United States government, has a giant spaceship that they use to launch missiles at the innocent AI. And a man gets caught in between the two worlds when he finds out that the AI's greatest weapon is a child, and he takes the child with him to find his wife and, learns a lot about being a person, because this is a movie with robots and they're all about that. Connor, what'd you think of The Creator?
The Creator was a pretty good movie. Definitely Gareth Edwards' best movie. I'm a big fan of Star Wars and Godzilla. I should say of the movies I've seen, but he's really only made like 4 big movies and like a documentary on the BBC and like something else. So I've seen like 3 out of 4 of his major releases now. And I gotta say, this is my favorite by far.
Yeah.
Godzilla I hated when I first watched, but I warmed up to it. Rogue One I still think is pretty shitty. And I'm inclined to believe Godzilla's problem was that it's a little bit of a retelling of Godzilla, but again, and it's not done as well as, say, Shin Godzilla or
And it's
Godzilla.
And
It's obnoxious that Godzilla's not in it more, which I feel like defeats the point of Godzilla. Like, I understand he was trying to do something there. It's like you're doing something no real Godzilla fan wants to see. And in terms of his Star Wars movie, I don't know how much of that was him and how much was Disney. I know Disney made him reshoot half of it after the first trailer came out. But even the first trailer had the I Rebel line. And I made 2 wide sucks on Rogue One in our first Drunkview. Official Drunkview, because we just renamed some of our original movie chat podcasts into Drunkviews. But our first official Drunkview was Rogue One. And even then we didn't like it. And I've watched Rogue One like 4 times probably, or 5. And I never liked it, and I still don't. This movie borrows a lot from Rogue One, actually, but like he's like, I'm gonna actually do it like more competently. Like, for one, you actually like the characters to an extent.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Denzel Washington's son's like the best actor in the world by any means, but you like his character enough, and he learns a lesson. And his wife Mia is pretty cool, even though you don't see much of her. But you understand there's like an emotional connection there, which adds stakes to the story. The little kid is kind of the little kid messiah archetype.
Yeah.
Just in general, it even has the kind of cliched, "Oh, you speak English this whole time?" That line happens, which I think I've seen in other movies for sure. Just felt familiar. But the movie as a whole, even though there's a lot of aspects I feel are pulled from other things, felt fairly original. They're definitely marketing this as, this is Star Wars by the guy who made Rogue One, but it's not at all. So if you're hoping for like Rebel Moon looks like a straight Star Wars riff. Maybe that's just marketing on Netflix's end, but even Zack Snyder's like, I really like Akira Kurosawa and I really like Star Wars. So I'm going to make an Akira Kurosawa Star Wars movie. Even though that's just what the first Star Wars movie is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
But anyways...
not a secret.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was well shot. I will say the cinematography
Super pretty.
in all of Gareth Edwards' movies are good. I just typically had a problem with his... not even his scripts per se so much. Characterization always felt a little weak. And even here, the characterization isn't always the greatest. There's definitely an improvement. There's a lot of improvements in here from his past work. And I also just kind of appreciated that it was an original IP. Felt refreshing that Disney put, like, I don't know, whatever amount. It all looked good. The CGI and stuff looked a lot better than most of the shit Disney shovels out, even on their A-team shit, like the Marvel movies look like shit recently. This movie looked good throughout.
Yeah, it's fucking gorgeous.
Mostly because when it has CGI, I mean, it's somewhat more sparing. Like, the whole world isn't CGI. Like, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the whole world was CGI.
It's pretty
which
shots
made
of Asia with
everything-
some robots.
It's pretty shots of Asia with some robots. So with that in mind, well, it just looks better. It feels a lot more real because they were able to put a lot of the budget towards making refined CGI rather than a lot of CGI, which made it look really good. The fight scenes were intense, which I thought Gareth Edwards did pretty good on all of his fight scenes in Godzilla and Rogue One and stuff.
Yep.
But the stories around him fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Godzilla's more disappointing. Rogue One sucks. This movie had a pretty good story that was pretty engaging, and yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a really nice looking movie. I thought it was really fun. Maybe not fun is the word. I thought it was really engaging though.
It is.
And I enjoyed it quite a bit. What else? I feel like I have a lot of thoughts on this movie. I liked the setup. It kind of felt like a Vietnam movie a lot of the times. Like it was a commentary on Vietnam, which is kind of weird from a British guy. But you have like people protesting there wasn't much of the outside world reacting to the robots. You had military guys angry at AI. It kind of all Avatar. But this movie takes place in the real world. So you do see like glimpses on the news of like protest against the mistreatment of AI and all that. And they kind of passingly mention like, oh, humans were the ones that accidentally nuked themselves and they blamed us as fall guys. And now we're put in a pointless war. And this is, a lot of stuff kind of like reflects, just war in general, I suppose. But I felt like particularly Vietnam was something that was inspired by it. Or at least like Vietnam in cinema.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was a good movie. It wasn't as boring perhaps as the poster might suggest. And by boring I mean there's actions that the normies can enjoy.
Yeah. Cool finale.
Cool finale. Lots of cool fight scenes, actually, creative. Nothing huge, nothing earth rattling. The U.S. keeps using tactical nukes on New Asia. It's a major plot point, but
it's subtle. It's really subtle commentary.
Very subtle commentary. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good. I hope Gareth Edwards sticks to original IPs. But if this movie's successful, which it probably won't be because it's an original IP, and it looked kind of expensive.
And it's weird.
I'd like to see him tackle more original stuff.
What are you doing, Jacko?
Jacko's, she wants to be on the camera. She's curious about the camera. But yeah, no, I wouldn't mind seeing Gareth Edwards do more original stuff. Maybe I'm just tired of franchises. Maybe it's nice to see, and I always enjoy myself a nice. No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say I always enjoy myself a small budget original IP which is mostly the original IPs we get these days, it's kind of nice to see like
A big budget
original IP. Like, I don't think studios understand they gotta kind of swing the bat sometimes. Because the reason they have franchises like Alien or Terminator or Star Wars or Marvel is because someone at some point swung the bat on something. I guess Marvel not so much. I mean the comics, but that was a cheap medium and a popular medium.
That was just
back
swinging,
in the day.
swinging over and over again, and sometimes you hit a ball and those balls are still flying.
Yeah, that's comics for you. I mean, to this day, comics entirely exists on the 5 core heroes from each company. Each have 5 books, and it's like 15 books that take a chance on, and eventually maybe I'll make a movie on them. That's the comics goal these days. Quick to drop and pick up new characters. Lots of people go into the void, never to return.
Yeah.
Where's that guy gone? But anyways, I do like when there's an original IP. And, you know, I'm going to propose that maybe Zack Snyder doing his first original IP ever might turn out well, even if it's just a rip-off of Star Wars. I don't think so. But if Gareth Edwards can pull through, maybe Zack Snyder can. Although I will admit, after watching this movie, I think Gareth Edwards probably just got fucked over by Disney with Rogue One, and Godzilla was just a misinformed vision of the character.
Yeah, I agree.
That was my opinion. I never thought the movies were terribly directed. I just thought the script for Rogue One was really fucking bad.
Yeah,
Godzilla isn't what I wanted to see out of Godzilla.
Rogue One seems butchered, and Godzilla's just poorly thought out as a reboot.
So maybe Gareth Edwards can turn it around and be the next big director. I mean, I doubt this movie will make any money, and we'll never hear of him again unless he signs up to draft up like a Star Wars, Star Trek.
Worst case scenario, fucking Netflix or Amazon Prime will give him some show that runs for like 7 seasons, even though no one watches it.
That's probably what'll happen. That's kind of where I see this going. I see him hitting ahead. There's not a lot of people. Granted, it was the Thursday premiere, but I don't see this movie performing super well.
Yeah.
Not to expectations, because they got to sell it out as this is the guy who made Rogue One, and stupid ass Star Wars fans and who like Rogue One are fucking stupid, so they're gonna think this is fucking trash. Because it's more boring than Rogue One. And it doesn't take place in the Star Wars universe, unfortunately. God. Anyways. So, Aiden, what did you think of The Creator?
I'm really glad. I don't know this for sure, but I think at one point this might have been some part of what Gareth Edwards proposed for his Star Wars movie that they announced but didn't make. And if that's the case, I'm really glad this isn't a Star Wars movie, because it would have been really fucking weird to see this done with like stormtroopers and X-Wings again, and like a Death Star, and like some guy with a laser sword, and whatever other bullshit.
No, I probably wouldn't have had the laser sword till the last 2 minutes when Disney says they pull a name out the hat and they're like, Darth Bane time traveled. Darth Bane time traveled and Hayden Christensen shows up to fight him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what does that have to do with this movie?
Movie's a lot of things. It's melodramatic. It's very predictable.
Yeah.
I basically figured out the plot like 4 minutes in.
Yeah, me too.
It's also very pretty. Extremely pretty. Lots of pretty shots of Asia. Lots of cool robots and mech designs and tanks and lasers and cool shit. Good action. But mostly it's got a nice, sweet, emotional core about a guy who learns the same lesson that everyone in movies about robots learns. Where he's like, oh, maybe these robots are people deep down. Just like every other movie about robot people.
Robots are either comically evil or the best things that have ever happened.
Yeah. I think the interaction between the main character and the little girl robot is cute and sweet, and I like watching them grow together. I like looking at this movie in general. I think it's fucking gorgeous. Cool action, especially the big final set piece on the big spaceship. I don't mind a little bit of melodrama. I don't mind a little bit of on the nose kind of. It goes really hard on the nose. It's very not subtle about its intentions. And it does kind of feel like a combination of a lot of things. I thought many times of Avatar, but it's like kind of more pleasant to watch than Avatar for the most part.
Yeah. It's almost like if you get like actual locations, movies look better. Like we have a pretty cool world. Not every movie has to have a swampy CGI world.
It's not.
Avatar at least looks pretty decent. I was dissing Ant-Man there with their swampy ass world.
It's not a very original story, but it's a predictable story that's told really well with great visuals and sweet moments and a little bit of humor and action and a little bit of everything. It's a little slow, but it doesn't really feel slow. It's got a nice blend of humor and emotion and action, and it all comes together to be this really nice, rare kind of original story that swings for the fences with a big budget and looks fucking fantastic. And it's probably not going to do all that well, but I liked it a lot.
Maybe it will, and if it does do well,
then
we get
start milking it for sequels. And
I was going to say this is owned by Disney because it's a Fox movie. It might have a layer of paint over it disguising it from the Mouse House, but I can already see our Creator spin-off show. This will become a cult classic.
Creator spin-off show.
The Creator spin-off show.
Shows.
Where Ahsoka Tano will fly through the universe barrier. She's like, this is a different galaxy called the Milky Way.
Yeah.
She'll land on Earth and then fight the AIs. Because the AIs are like battle droids.
Yeah.
And then Ajaz Ventress will be revived. She'll name drop Ajaz Ventress.
Well, they can just bullshit the little robot. They'll be like, this robot has 8 majillion midichlorians. I'm just kidding. Disney doesn't refer to midichlorians because people thought those were cringe.
No, I would bet you in the next couple of years that midichlorians comes up in one of these shows or something. Because now it's getting to the point where they don't want to touch the prequels again because A, doing anything in the prequel era is super expensive, and
Yeah.
B, you know, people hate the prequels, which is fair. But they also know there's a good factor of their fan base that are in love with the prequels, and specifically the lore that Dave Filoni made up for the prequels. So, name dropping, like people.
I would prefer.
People were crying at the name drop of Ajaz Ventress because she's so cool and has a lightsaber.
She has 2 lightsabers.
She has 2 lightsabers.
Yeah, I hope I never see a related movie to this, and this is just its own thing.
Right.
I hate Disney. I like this movie. Anyway, Connor, would you recommend The Creator?
Yeah, of course. Not to somebody who likes Rogue One, though, because they probably prefer to spend their time watching Ahsoka. I was going to say Ahsoka Tano name drop Ajaz Ventress. It'll probably get them a lot more excited.
Gay porn.
Gay porn, I guess. I don't know why gay porn specifically, but sure.
I don't know. I mean, I saw Rogue One.
What the fuck is gay in Rogue One? They're all in a spaceship, then they all die, and then Jyn Erso kisses. Does she kiss Cassian right before they blow up, even though they had no romantic scene?
No, they just hug because they chickened out of the romantic scene.
Because it would have made no fucking sense.
I think they reshot it though, because she's like wearing a wig in that scene. So I'm imagining at some point they did or something.
I'm sure the hug, like even the hug, is a little awkward because these characters should have no emotional attachment.
Yeah. Well,
I Oh,
When you
fuck
expand-
Rogue One, dude.
When you expand a 7-word sentence into a fucking entire movie, that's what you end up with.
Yeah.
You end up with Sheldon Cooper talking about how the fucking main character should have coitus, and they're like, oh, we wouldn't have coitus.
Not to mention Rogue One fucked everything up because Rogue One had the Darth Vader scene. And that gave Disney the balls to say, let's bring back Luke Skywalker. And that gave Disney the balls to
make Darth Vader.
Make Darth Vader show up in Obi-Wan, which fucked up Darth Vader's character. And from there, they just realized that with the Ahsoka show, the floodgates were open. Yeah, Ahsoka, Ezra, Sabine, everyone from Rebels shows up. Which people like, it's a Rebels sequel series, so fine. Okay, fine. So the Rebels show up.
Episode 4
Did you need Thrawn? Did you need fucking to name drop Jar Ventress? Do you need Hayden Christensen to show up? Fucking Anakin's dead at this point in the show, but she's like in the canon, but she's like, oh, the fucking I had a dream in the stupid fucking time travel dimension. I had a dream in the stupid time travel dimension that Anakin wanted to fight me with a red lightsaber, and then he's evil, and Hayden Christensen is back.
And he has horrible face app CGI to make him look young.
Ugh, I hate Star Wars now. I've hated Star Wars for a long time. At first I could settle when they had the spin-offs and the sequels. Now I just pretend anything Disney made hasn't existed. The original 3 are good. I love the original 3. And I love the prequels entirely ironically. But also I have nostalgia towards the prequels. And I accept them into the story because they're kind of funny. And why not? But everything else can go fuck itself. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well,
Clone Wars also kind of sucks. Rebels is fine, but it also kind of sucks.
anyway.
It all sucks.
Now that you're done.
You're ranting. Anyways, yes, I recommend The Creator. Just not for flat, smooth-brained Star Wars fans who want to see this because they think it's going to be Rogue One. You're going to be disappointed. Aiden, what did you think? Or would you recommend The Creator?
Yeah, I recommend The Creator. It's nice and looks cool. And yeah, pretty much said all that before. So yeah, bye-bye.
How's The Creator,
Arigato.
everybody? What's The Creator, everybody?